In this video, we'll be looking at a problem on geometry. Let's look at the figure over here. It consists of two circles, a big circle and a small circle, and this point X is the center of the big circle, and it also contains a rectangle. So the perimeter of the rectangle is given to be 34 cm. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 34 cm, and the length of this side, one side of the rectangle, is 10 cm. So now we have to find out the area of the shaded portion, this portion. And how do we do this? Okay, so over here we obviously have to find out the area of this part, this quadrant, and subtract the white part, this part. So we can see that this whole area is the, so how to find the area of the shaded part? Area of the shaded part is area of quadrant of big circle minus area of semicircle of small circle. Okay, so the difference of both of this will give the area of the shaded part, which is what they are asking in the question. So first, how do we find out the area of the quadrant? Area of the quadrant can be found out as using the formula pi r square by 4. That's the standard formula for area of a quadrant. Pi r square by 4. In this case, we have to see what r is. We have to find out what r is. Only if we find out the value of r, we can find out the area of this circle. How do we find out the value of r? Okay, so the question gives us a clue about the rectangle. Using the rectangle, if we find the breadth of the rectangle, we can automatically find the radius, because we can see that the breadth is equal to the radius. This is the breadth, this is the length, this is actually equal to the radius. So how do we find out the breadth? We have the perimeter, that is 34. So 34 is the it's the sum of the length and the breadth into 2. This is the formula for perimeter. So we know that breadth is equal to 10. This side is equal to 10. So 34 minus 10 into 2 is equal to 14. Why 10 into 2? This whole thing is the perimeter. We know the length of this and this, 10, 10. So we have subtracted. Now we have the length of 2 breadths. This is 2 breadth. Then the value of the breadth alone will be 7 cm. So this will be equal to 7 cm. So using the perimeter and the length, we have found out the value of the breadth, which is equal to the value of the radius. So now we can substitute it here. Pi r square by 4. This will give you a value of 49 pi by 4, and on calculating it you will get 38.465. Next, we have to find the area of the semicircle of the small circle. How do we find this out? Now let's look at the semicircle. This is the circle, and the semicircle is this part. Now the formula for the semicircle is pi r square by 2. But you have to note, this radius is not equal to this radius. Why? Because this is the radius of the small circle. Radius of the small circle is different. What is it? Radius of small circle will be this part. It will be half of the breadth, because this is the breadth totally. This will be the radius for the small circle. Breadth by 2, so give 3.5 because it's 7 by 2. And note that the formula for semicircle is pi r square by 2. But for quadrant it's pi r square by 4. This will give you 19.2325. Okay. Now we have to find out the shaded part, which is area of quadrant minus area of semicircle. So for that we can take 38.465 minus 19.2325, and that will give you 19.2325. So the area of the shaded part is 19.2325. So in a problem like this, to find the shaded part, most probably it will be the difference of two known geometrical figures. In this case, it's this quadrant minus this semicircle.